Your king of clubs unexpectedly wins the trick. What do you think is going on? Hey guys, I'm Jess and I play bridge for Team Singapore. And I'm going to be walking you through what someone like me thinks of at the table and how that might translate into the play. I felt that partner could have played this hand better. Let's see if you can spot the non-optimality. Let's go. So on this hand, partner preempted 2 spades, which then got passed out. South led the jack of diamonds. 0-1 leads, top of double turn. After the jack of diamonds lead, partner played the king. North won with the ace, and partner played the 9 from hand. Now North returned the 8 of hearts, on which partner played the queen, and that was covered by South's king, and partner won with the ace. Now partner played the 10 of spades out, finessing North, which didn't work out. After that, South cashed the jack of hearts and returned the 6 of clubs. Partner played the king from dummy, which held, and then played the 9 of hearts out in order to rough it. On this, North showed out, pitching the 7 of diamonds. Partner then drew trump successfully before playing the 10 of clubs out. When South played low, partner decided to finesse South for the jack of clubs. But unfortunately, that didn't work, so North also cashed the ace of clubs out, and we only just made our contract. Did you spot the non-optimality? Well, here's what I think. I think that partner played well right until the end. First of all, partner did very well to pitch the 9 of diamonds on trick 1. Basically, if somehow partner wanted to finesse diamonds in the end, then that option is available, right? There's no point in keeping the 9 of diamonds. Partner also did well to try to finesse South for the jack instead of the ace, because if South had the ace, then South would have queen double turn spade, king jack 10 6 card heart, jack some number of diamonds, and the ace of clubs, which holding that hand, some Souths might have overcalled. So I think if partner wanted to take the club finesse, then finessing South for the jack was right. So where did partner go wrong? Well, first of all, on the last 4 cards, I think partner could have finessed South for the 10 of diamonds instead, which in this case would have worked, right? But even if that didn't work and South had started with jack double turn diamond and the 10 lost to North, then the best North can do is to cash the ace of clubs, either that or play a low club to South's ace if South has the ace, and you're still going to make the contract. Hold up, you say, why should Declarer have finesse South for the 10 of diamonds instead of the jack of clubs? Well, South has 2 spades and 6 hearts, and I think if we place the ace of clubs with North, then the very fact that North didn't return a diamond should mean that South didn't start singleton. And by the same logic, maybe if South had singleton club, then South would have led it instead of the jack of diamonds, right? Even if it's from jack 4th. So I think from this, you can infer that clubs and diamonds are 2, 3 either way in the South hand. And I mean, you have 7 card fit in both minors. So South is equally likely to have 2 or 3 in either suit. So if South has 3 diamonds, then the 10 is definitely onside. And if South has 2 diamonds, then I mean, there's still the off chance that it's jack 10 double turn. Whereas for the clubs, if it's double turn, then it's the same odds that South has a jack of clubs. I don't think anyone's really going to play the jack there, even with double turn. So if it's double turn, it's the same odds as diamonds being double turn and having jack 10. And if clubs are 3 card, then you still need South to happen to have the jack of clubs. So I think it is just better to take the diamond finesse. But I'm not here to lecture you about this. I think here I noticed something else, which is something I learned to pay more attention to during my last international tournament, which was the Seoul Club Invitational. I'll link the relevant video in the description and it'll be up there somewhere. What I had noticed is that when South returned the club, South returned the 6 of clubs. And when Declarer played the king from my hand, North played the 4. So what is the implication of this? So one way that North could be discouraging is if North had jack 4 3, then North is not going to pitch jack. So North is going to play the 4 to discourage, right? But that would mean that South started with ace 6 5, and South would want to encourage the club. So South would have led the 5 instead of the 6. Also, we kind of like half ruled out the ace of clubs just now, but that's kind of beside the point. So given that South played the 6 and North the 4, the only logical conclusion is that North was encouraging the club. And that means that South started with 6 3 of clubs and maybe the 5 and maybe the jack. So it could be jack 6 3, 653 or just 63. And what I'm proposing here, right, is given this information, what declarer should have done would be to cache all the spades. And on this, declarer pitches the clubs from my hand. And let's just assume South pitches hearts to keep us to a guess, right? So we're always guessing. South is enough hearts to pitch, so South's going to pitch all the hearts. And what does North pitch? Let's say North pitches the Jack of clubs. I think we can interpret this as a sign that North had started with Ace Jack 4 and therefore South started with Jack double turn diamond. Of course, you could hope that South started with Jack 10, but I think the better play here would be to just exit a club and play North. That way you get +1. Of course, North could be tricky and have started with Ace Jack by 4, but that doesn't do North any good. You still make +1. I suppose it does at the point, because if you just finesse the diamonds, then you get all the tricks. Alternatively, North might pitch the 5 of clubs, in which case you don't actually know whether North started with Ace Jack 5-4 or Ace 5-4. If North had started with Ace Jack 5-4, then it would be right to finesse South and you get all the tricks. And if that was the case and you exit a club, then you just make your contract. But if North had started with Ace 5-4, then you do better to exit the club and play North, because now North have returned diamonds and then you make +1. If you attempt to finesse the diamonds and that loses to North, then you only just make your contract, because North's going to score the 10 and he can score the ace and then you're only getting the last diamond. That's it. I think in this case, it's just better to finesse the diamonds, because there's also a chance that South started with Jack 10 double turn, so that swings it in the favor. And I mean, if you get it right, you just get everything. So I think if North pitches the 5, then you'll do well to finesse the 10. If North pitches a diamond, I think there's arguments both for and against playing North for the 10 of diamonds. One is right at the end, like if North had the 10 of diamonds and the Ace Jack small of clubs, then North would know that by pitching the Jack, it's kind of announcing to get end played. That would be what North would be thinking, I think. I mean, I'm just trying to put myself in North's shoes. I would think that most Norths would pitch. So like if North had something like Ace 5-4 of clubs, then North might have pitched a 5, because now in that case it's not clear how to play the diamond suit, right? Whereas pitching a diamond just allows declarer to potentially take all the tricks, which is quite likely to happen, to be honest, because if you pitch a diamond now, declarer is going to be scared of like going down for no reason. So the safest thing to do is to cache the diamonds. So honestly, the clues, logically it makes sense to finesse, but I'm gonna be scared of doing that. So I'll probably just play for the drop in an IMS game. But in match points, right, I think I'm really just going to take the finesse. There is an argument for using tempo, like if they thought for a bit before pitching the diamond, means that they didn't really want to pitch the diamond, and that could be suggestive of holding the 10 and then you play for the drop, assuming the 10 doesn't just appear with South straight away. If they pitched it pretty quickly, then I think it's indicative of not having the 10. Yeah, so if you're a really confident table field declarer, go ahead and take the finesse if you dare. By the way, the diamond that North pitched earlier was a 7, which seems discouraging, but also, I mean, we just said that North has the ace of clubs, so like it's not like North wants to encourage diamonds regardless of North's holding, so let's just ignore that. I guess one flaw of my thought process is that you could go down if opponents are force carding really well, but I think in practice people don't really force card in this situation, because like I think unless they tank for really really long, then most defenders are not going to see this position like, oh, declarer is going to try to get an up trick, and by reading out signals and stuff like that. So I think in practice it doesn't really happen. Waiting to be proven wrong. I hope this not used against me since I'm still actively competing. So yeah, I thought this hand was really interesting because of the play of the 6 and the 4, which seems like very innocuous, like pips, right? Just pips, right? Just small cards, like who cares? But because of that, actually, that becomes a very so-called safe way to continue drawing all the trumps to learn more about the hand and then decide on the best line to take after that. So yeah, I thought this hand was really interesting. Finally, I had the chance to apply what I had learned during the Soul Club Invitational. I guess it wasn't me declaring, but still, I managed to notice this pip. So I'm quite happy that I'm able to like apply my learnings from my tournaments into, okay, fine, not actual practice, but yeah, practice in my mind. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this hand and see you next time. Bye.